Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another solo playthrough. This time I'm back with this new game called Powerline. Powerline is a game designed by Dirk Hen and it's got a little flavor text I'll read for you. The text at the top says, build the energy supply of the future. You've been tasked with building an efficient power network by connecting power stations to supply cities with sustainable energy. The dice will play a crucial role since they specify the order in which you have to construct different power lines. So this is a dice rolling worker placement kind of. Yeah, you got workers, you're placing them, so it's a worker placement, I would say. It's this really fun dice game where you're building power lines. Like it said, you got these little power stations or the circles. These are the little lines that you can place power lines along, and the little squares, the different cities. So you're trying to supply power to cities while also just trying to make a very nice power grid, I guess, going on here of everything kind of connected up. So going real quick over how the game plays. Plays over the course of 15 rounds. We got this little board over here. There is a round tracker right here. After the 5th, 10th, and 15th round, I will score for these objectives. This scores for how many cities I have hooked up to power. This scores for how many power stations I have fully connected. And then this scores for how many Joker tiles I have. Joker tiles are these tiles right here that you can earn from at the end of each scoring phase and also for using only one worker. They're just little tokens that allow you to place basically any value dice somewhere. They're little universal discs. But like I kind of mentioned, the central board, I have my little victory point track that's going to go around the outside. It starts at 10. And a real quick overview of what I need to do. So each round, these 6 dice will be rolled and then kind of placed along here. And I have my 6 workers up here that correspond to those dice colors. And I basically have to figure out each round. There's basically 2 main decisions I have to make. There's a couple big ones, but the 2 main ones is how many workers you want to use and which way you want to go. Because you always have to take the dice in order of either left to right or right to left. So, if I'm only taking 3 workers, then I could either choose to take the red, yellow, or blue, or I could take the black, white, and green. But I couldn't just start in the middle and take like the blue, green, and yellow. Like you have to go either one way or the other. And you always have to either start with like the red worker or the black worker. So the kind of 2 main things you have to think about each round is how many workers I want to take, which direction you want to go. And then kind of the last thing is like, okay, well then where do you want to place them on the board? Which there's a couple of different rules about where to place them, but it's pretty straightforward. You can start on either side of a power, like one of these sections, but once you start going one way, you pretty much have to continue going that way, placing the next in the line. Besides that, that's pretty much it. I score points for having, I will score 5 points if I have this line connected and this line connected. I'll complete this city once I have this line connected. And there is this concept called the island up here. So let's say I want to grab just the red and the blue worker. I could spend 3 workers and then just, instead of using the yellow worker, place them on the island. I will lose a point, but then that will allow me to get access to workers I might need for other things. That's pretty much it. This game is really straightforward, and I'm gonna be honest, this is a new game. I've only got a few plays under my belt, but I really like it so far. So let's see how this goes. Let's get started with the first round, where I will roll up the dice and we'll see what we get. Okay, well there's the first roll. And I guess 2 other quick little rules I'll mention. They're gonna come up at some point. I can only place workers, even if I use all 6 of them, I can only place them up to 3 different power lines. So I can place 6 workers all on one power line or split up between 3 different power lines, but I cannot place them on more than 3 power lines. Oh, and then the other last thing is at the end of the game, I do lose points for however many power lines are incomplete, meaning I've started at least one portion of it, but haven't finished it. So that's kind of something I need to keep in mind, is I'm not gonna be able to complete all of these. So I wanna try to focus a section. So like this one up here is worth the most points. Kind of combined with this one, the city is worth 17 points. So I kind of wanna maybe try to get that, maybe working up here first. Okay, so yeah, I think this game, I'm gonna kind of ignore this top left area a little bit more and focus on like this bottom portion-ish here. So I wanna use a couple workers. So I'm gonna grab the red worker. I'm gonna start on the red end and place them here to start this power line going that way. And then I'm gonna use this yellow worker over here to get this going that way. I will place the blue worker here to get this power line going over there. And then finally, I'm going to use a green worker to progress this one a little bit further. So I'm only on 3 different lines. I used 4 workers. And so how this works is then I have to take one of these worker tiles from the 4 worker spot, move that. Now it's an energy tile. Energy tiles just get placed on top of cities to know that they're complete. And I guess this is a pretty big wrinkle in the game I didn't mention before, but as you can see up here, you have a certain amount of times you can grab a certain number of workers. So throughout the whole game, I can only use all 6 of my workers twice. Out of the whole 15 rounds, 2 rounds, I can grab all of them. In 2 rounds, I'm gonna have to only grab 1 of them. So you gotta kind of be careful of not using too many of your workers, whenever, because you might need them later, you might use them too soon. So there's definitely this balancing act of also how many workers do you grab each round, because I can only grab 4 workers 2 more times now. I never actually explained the round structure, so let me explain that real quick. First phase is you roll the dice, which I already did. Second phase is what I'm kind of in now, is where you assign your workers. And normally if you're playing with other people, you wait till everybody's done, and then you continue to the third phase, which is actually placing the power lines. So I basically just take one of these little power line symbols, put it where my workers are, and move them back. Okay, so now I got, a spot there, and 2 over here. Awesome. At this point, you would check to see if you have completed any cities or power stations. I have not, so then we just move a little marker to the round number 2, and I re-roll these dice onto the next round. So there's the new dice roll. Okay, so trying to think about the best option here. So once again, I have to choose black or red dice and which one I want to start with and kind of which direction I want to go. I'm definitely leaning towards using the black dice and going this way. So I'm thinking of doing something like this, placing the black worker there for that 6. I'll place the white worker over here for that 3. Placing a green worker here for this 3. And then using the blue 5 up there. This is another 4 round, but I don't know. I don't mind using the 4s right off the bat. I kind of want to maybe use a 1 worker here sometime soon, but I like having stuff kind of established. So yeah, I think this is what I will go with. All right, new power lines have been established. This city is almost fully connected, but not quite there. And finally, this line has started because this one's going to take me a while if I'm going to complete it, which hopefully I will. I do not have any power stations or cities to complete, so I move this up and we are on to the 3rd round. Let's grab all these dice, roll them up, and see what I get. Okay, so this dice roll isn't terrible, but I want to use one of my 1 value workers once, or just using like a single worker this round. I think this might not be a bad round to do that. So I think I'm literally just going to place this red worker here to use a 1, which will be nice. It will complete the city. I think that's really all I'm going to do. So I will just get rid of this. And I think I kind of mentioned this earlier, but whenever you use one of your 2 slots here for just using 1 worker, you do gain a Joker tile, which I just place right there. Okay, and now that that city has been complete, I can light it up with one of my little energy symbols, and then I get 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points. All right, on to round 4, grabbing all these dice back, giving them a good roll. Whoa, okay, let's give this, here we go. There we go. Okay, so this seems like kind of a good play. It's gonna use a lot of my workers, but if I place the red, boom, I got a 1. Yellow, I wanna start working on this, so that's 2. I have a 4 with the blue, which I could place down here. And then I have a 5 that I wanna place here in the middle. And then I probably wanna do 1 more just so I don't, because I've already used the 4 different workers like a bunch. I don't really have a great option though. I think I'm probably just gonna send them to the island. I don't know if that's the best because maybe I won't. Maybe I will just use another 4 and yeah, I will. I'm gonna use my other 4 workers. So now I cannot use just 4 workers anymore, but let's build some power lines. All right, that's all done. No new cities to complete or power stations to complete. So on to round 5. After this round, there will be a scoring section, but let's see what I get first. Doesn't seem like the best roll. I think I'm gonna use one of my 2 here and just use the red 1 for this little area and the, no. I take it back. Okay, what I'm going to do is use this black worker over here to get that power line going, and then the white worker over here to get that power line going. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna use 2. So I'll get that out of here and build some power lines. All right, no cities to complete or fully connected power stations. So on to the next phase where we have a scoring phase. So first criteria we score for is how many cities we have running at the moment, which We're in the 1 to 2 range, so because we only have one city, so I do get 2 points. Then as far as how many power stations I have going, I'm not doing too hot this game. I have not gotten a single one going yet, which is not great. The final scoring thing is how many Joker tiles I have. I get 1 point per tile, so that's just a single point. And that's it for the scoring phase. At the end of the scoring phase, I grab myself another Joker tile there. So now I have 2. And we are on to, whoops, round 6 here. If I can keep the marker in place, give these a shake, and let's see what I get. Not a huge fan of this roll, to be honest. I think I'm gonna go with like the 3-worker approach and probably use the black dice over here for the 4, use the white dice up here for a 3, and then I have a 5 with the green dice, which I will place over here. And yeah, use one of my 3-worker tiles and get some power lines built. All right, no new cities to complete or power stations to complete, so on to round 7 here. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's kind of figure this out as I go. I'm probably gonna use all my workers this round, so I'm just trying to, I'll probably use a Joker tile too. I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to do this. So the black dice up here, and I'll be able to complete that. That's pretty cool. I have this 2, and the 2 is kind of useless, at least in my current situation. It's not that great. So I will use a Joker tile over here where this 5 should be, and I'll use that there. Because then the next one is a green, that's a 4. I could use that over there to complete this city. Pretty cool. The next is a blue 4, which I do have a place for, right? No, I think I'm gonna send them to the island, and then I'm gonna use the 6 over here, and the red right there. Yeah, that seems like what I'll do. So I will use all my workers up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the blue back and move my VP back 1, and then I'll build up some power lines. Okay, and this time we do have some cities to actually power on, which is nice. We got this city here worth 9 points, and this city here worth 3, so 12 points total. And 12, finally getting some points, man. Fortunately, no power stations online yet, but we're getting close. On to round 8, though. I bumped that. Hopefully that's where that was. Oh my gosh, I'm bumping everything. This is bad. Okay, rolling up the workers. Round 8. Let's see what I get here. This is a weird one. I think I'm gonna do something kind of crazy here. So I'm gonna start with red, and I'm pretty sure this is the move. I'm sending red to the island. Got the yellow dice, that's a 1, placing them over here. Blue dice, that's a 6, placing them on this big old power line there. The green, that's a 2, will, they'll go here. The 3 then, yeah, so then I guess the 3, I was trying to figure out what I want to do. I'll use the 3 down here, and then I think that's it. I will just end there, so only using 5 of my workers, which is the first time I've done that. Start with the island, red goes back, and I go back a point, and then I'll build out the rest of these power lines. Okay, that is the end of the round. No new cities online, no new power stations online. I'm really close though. I'm really trying to do this before this next scoring time. So round 9, and let's roll up these dice to see what I get to work with here. This is a really bad roll. I'm gonna be honest, this is not a good roll. A lot of low numbers, and pretty much everything I need is a high number next. I need like a 6 here, a 5 here, a 4 here, and use a 2 here. But I don't like this roll at all. So I think I'm gonna use my other 1 worker for this. And I'm literally just going to place the black dice here. I think that's it. So then I will get rid of my 1 worker, and I'm using that spot. So I will get myself another Joker tile, and I'll build out my power line. No new cities or power stations. So we're on to round 10. I really, really want to get some power stations going this round. So I might use like all my workers if I have to. Okay, so I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna use the black 4 down here. This white 1 is kind of what I've been debating on. I don't really know what to do with. I'm gonna use a Joker tile and place them over here where I need a 6 just to help out there, I guess. And then I'll use this green down here to finish that off. And I think that's it, because then that's 3 workers, which I can definitely do. So let's build some power lines. Okay, I actually do have some stuff to finally get online. So I have this city being powered up, which gets me 5 points. And then I have my first power station fully connected, which gets me 4 points. Yeah, that's it. So then on to the scoring phase. So as far as how many cities I have connected, I have 1, 2, 3 cities connected. This is the second scoring phase. So I will get 3 points. Then I get points for how many power stations, which I only have 1. So second scoring phase, I get 2 points, 1, 2. Then finally, how many joker tiles I have, which I only have 1. It's worth 2 points each. So 1, 2. That's that. So I get my other joker tile back. On to round 11. And let's go ahead and roll these up to see what I get to work with. Okay, this could be a big play. I'm going to use a lot of workers, probably another joker tile. Let's see what I can do, though. I really want to get this line completed here soon, because I'm going to use the black dice there to use the 5. I'm going to use the white 5 with a joker tile there as the 4 spot. I have this 6 here, which I think I will use here. And then, yeah, because then I can use the blue 1 there. I can use the yellow 2 right there, and this is going to be 1 away from being completed. And then I can use the red there, so that's going to complete that, and I'm 1 away there. That's kind of crazy. It's using all my workers and a joker tile, but seems like a good play, so I will lock that in. Let's build some power lines. All right, that was a big turn. This is almost complete. That's going to be really nice when that's done, but this city is complete, so I can mark that off. And then we have another power station up here, fully connected. So that's a total of 12 points. And since I passed the 50, there's this little token that I can just place up there. So I know I'm currently at whatever it is, 55 points. But yeah, that's it for scoring new stuff. So then I move this. We're on to round 12, almost towards the, getting pretty close to the end here. And let's see what my dice are. Maybe not the best roll in the world. I do like the 6 and 3 there, which is probably what I'll end up using. That other 6 is kind of throwing me off because, like I said, you do score points for unfinished power lines. So I don't really want to start that one and that one. I'll probably start that one. I obviously really want to finish this one, and I should be able to finish that. So I think I can put the 6 and 3 there, and I think that will be pretty good. And that will be one of my 2 worker uses, which I can do. So I'll lock that in and build some power lines. All right, no new cities connected or power stations completed. So on to the next round, round 13. And we got, what, 3 more rounds left. So let's see what I can do. Okay, I think I'm just gonna use 3 workers this time. I have this black dice that I'll put there to finish that off. I have this 6, which I'll probably just send up to the island. Use this 2 down here to kind of start this one. And yeah, I think that's it. I will use 3 workers, so I'm going to lock that in and build up the power lines. Okay, that did a couple of big things. First off, this city is online, so I get 17 points because of that, and then all of these parts around this power station up here are connected, so that's 11, so that's a total of 28 points. Sweet. On to round 14. I guess this is the penultimate round, so let's see what I can do. Maybe I can complete both of these. It's unlikely, but possible. Not the best roll, but honestly not the worst, because I got a 1 and a 3 on this side, which is kind of what I need for the first spots here. So I could like use the red 1 there and then the 3 yellow over here, and that's something, I guess. So lock that in with my 2 workers. All right, no new cities or power stations online, so moving along to the final turn. I need a lot of 4s and 5s to really win this out. I do have a joker, but that doesn't look great. Yeah, this isn't great. I have to, because I only have my 1 little spot at 5 workers, so I'm going to have to use 5 workers. The plan is, honestly, I mean, there's only pretty much one thing I think I can do is I send, whoops, I don't know why I'm grabbing them here. The 2 up here, the 6 up here. I used the blue 6 as a joker down here, right? To make that 5 make that 6 as a 5, basically. I use my green 4 over there, and then I use the white to the island. And yeah, I think that's 5 workers. That's pretty much what I have to do. I think that's the best move. I will lock that in. I don't think I explained this token earlier. This is the vacation tile. It's optional. They recommend, you play with this for your first few games. After a while, you can get rid of it. I'm still using it in this game, and I'm going to use it now. What it allows you to do is you just don't take any negative points from the island. So normally I have 3 workers. I'd be taking 3 points. I can discard this token to basically once per round not take negative points for the island. So I will do that now, which is nice. So these all can go back to their spots without me taking negative points, and then I can complete this power line. Okay, with this power line completed, it does a few things. I get 9 points for completing the city, and then this power station over here is fully hooked up. 6 points for that, so I get a total of 15 points. And then we're on to the final scoring for the game. So first thing is how many cities have power. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, and the final round only gets us 3 points. 1, 2, 3, and then I can flip this over because I've now basically passed it again. I'm in the hundreds now. This is pretty crazy. As far as power stations online, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I assume this is just in the top category here. So final scoring, I only get 2 points. 1, 2. I don't have any joker tiles, so that's it. I get a total of 102 points. If that would be true, but I also forgot about this over here. So I lose points for each unfinished power line. Since I only have 1 power line unfinished, I think looking at the book, that's only 1 point. So 101 is my total, which they have a little beat your own score type table here that I can show you. But 101, that is the top of the top. It says it is about time to increase the difficulty. Wow, that was a good game. That's definitely by far the best score I've gotten since playing this. I think this is only my 3rd game maybe that I've fully played through. But yeah, I really like this game. This game is kind of weird. I backed this on, I forget what it was, GameFound or Kickstarter a while ago, like last September. Kind of forgot about the game. I mean, I knew it was I had it backed, but I hadn't been following it closely, so I didn't know when it was shipping or any of that. And then last week I just got an email, they're like, a new package is here. I open it up and I see this game. So pleasant surprise, kind of forgot about it. And to be honest, I really like this game. I think it is incredibly fun. There's lots of interesting decisions to be made for, how many workers you take, which way you start, and all that kinds of stuff. The one thing I will note is, well, first off, one thing I love as a solo player, I gotta note this under the solo game, because if you're a solo player, you might read through rules for a new game, and then you get to the solo game section where there might be a whole couple paragraphs of how to play the game for solo play. There might be a whole different book on solo rules. But I love this sentence right here. The solo game is played identically to a game with 2 to 6 players. There's no difference whatsoever, none, besides just the amount of players. And then at the end, you just score your VP to the table. I love that. I think that's great. And one thing, I don't think I mentioned this at the top, but this game comes with 4 different variants, which is really nice. Lots of ways to change the game. I mean, I guess there's more, so you can change it with taking out the vacation tile. There's a different side to this board that kind of limits the amount of tracks you can place it on. There's little island things up here you can place. You can get more dynamic scoring things. So these are just built onto the board, but you can flip it over and get different tiles for different scoring conditions. And there's special contracts you can get. So there's lots of variation built into the box, which I love. I am honestly a huge fan of this game so far. Pretty new to it. I really like it though. I think it is a great concept, plays pretty quick once you get the hang of it. It sets up pretty fast. It's a really simple game. Once you read through the rules once and play it once or twice, there's not that much to it, but there's a lot in the variations. It seems like I've not tried any, but they seem really cool. But I'm really impressed with this game and really just eager to try more variations and play it more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see ya.